Ladies, what's happening? Hope you guys are well. So the festive season is here, and the number one question that we get every single year this time is how do I stay on track during the holidays, during silly season, during the festive season break? It's been such a crazy year. A lot of you guys have competed or had a very demanding, exhausting year, and the December, January holidays is generally time to relax, time to enjoy and indulge, and spend some quality time with family and friends. And I 100% agree. This is definitely a deserving time for you to have some balance in your life, some flexibility, and really enjoy these next few weeks. But it's also very easy to derail your plans. It's very easy to go backwards and undo a lot of the hard work that you've put in and achieved over the last few months. So what are my go-to methods and steps to stay on track during the festive season? Now, I want you to not overthink this process. It's actually much simpler than you think. It's not easy, of course, but like anything with fitness, nutrition, and obviously training, it's simple at the end of the day. You have to continue to move. If you're just gonna cold turkey stop doing what you do on a daily, you're gonna stop, obviously getting your 8 to 10,000 plus steps in on a daily basis. You're gonna stop being consistent and going to the gym 4, 5, 6 days a week. You're gonna stop being mindful of your food. You're gonna very easily, completely reduce your energy output, the calories that you burn on a daily, weekly basis. And then you're just going to be eating, and you're not going to be mindful. You're just going to be snacking, and then you're going to be going out. And if you don't plan ahead and have certain things in place, very easily, you can drop your activity completely, completely increase your energy, consumption, the calories that you consume, throw yourself into an unwanted surplus. And even though you might not be eating volumes of food, you might be eating, calorie dense food because it's holiday, it's a little bit more indulging. Family events, Christmas, New Year's, Boxing Day, all of those little things. Very easily you can pick up a few kgs. So my, encouragement to you is not necessarily have a focus of fat loss. I need to lose weight, I need to get shredded, I need to obviously continue to drop on the scale during the festive season. If it happens, great, amazing. If you can be that disciplined and you have certain things in place, that's always a bonus. But the best, obviously, how can I say, way to look at it is, because you also want to enjoy yourself, is to get to whenever you are done with your holiday, whether that's beginning of Jan, whether that's mid-Jan, second week of Jan, or whatever the case is, try and get there without picking up weight. Or if you pick up weight, 1 kg. You get what I'm trying to say, a fluctuation. So that you can very easily plan for. That means we just need to essentially stay at maintenance throughout, the next couple of weeks and plan ahead. So you have to keep moving. You have to get your steps up. You have to try and be as active as possible. You don't have to necessarily be in the gym and go do hours of cardio. Go do fun things. Go explore. Go, obviously, and be adventurous. Get your steps up. Go to the beach. Go get some hikes and, obviously go play different sports or activities that throughout the day is going to, increase your activity level, your steps, on a daily and a weekly basis. So if you can do that, half the battle truly is already won. Okay, then you need to continue with a routine. Okay, so on specific days, you obviously have things planned with family, friends, loved ones, going out, indulging a little bit more. You've got some events or whatever where you're going to have food that is off plan. We understand that, and we're going to plan for that, and I'm going to give you some advice, okay? But on the other days, still continue with your routine. Still, might not have to, prep 5 meals, 6 meals a day. Have 3 bigger portion meals throughout the day. Snack with fruits throughout the day. Make sure the foods in the house isn't just junk. Make sure that you still make an effort to go to the grocery store, go get your healthy foods, prep, obviously in bulk, once or twice a week. Make sure that you still have access to, protein and veg that are, and, obviously carbs and fats and fruits that are healthy, so that you can stay mindful with your food. So on the alternate days, I would still say follow a plan. You've got a calorie goal, okay? If you were in a deficit, you'd now have, a few hundred calories to play with to put you back up to maintenance on some days, okay? But essentially, if you can just stay within your calorie goals, make sure that you're having adequate protein. I would say whatever your lean muscle mass is, times 2. So for most ladies, it's between 100 and 120 grams of protein per day is more than sufficient. For the gentleman, it can be anything from 160 to 200 grams of protein per day is more than enough. The rest of your calories, go and enjoy, go and have flexibility, go and enjoy some fun foods and indulge a little bit, and just have a good time, but stay within the parameters, and then you will be fine. So now you've got your activity level that's still up. You don't have to be in the gym training every single day. You can do home workouts, you can go swim and run, and go to the beach and walk the dogs and play with your kids. And there's so many ways you can be active. As long as you are just active and getting your steps up, you are there. Then obviously on the alternate days when you don't have family together, or having a a Christmas dinner or Christmas day, or Boxing Day or New Year's, on other days, make sure that you're following some form of routine. Then on the actual days where it's like everyone is having some good food, everyone is indulging a little bit, plan ahead. Myself and Rachel, holiday time, especially if we're away and we don't have really control of our foods as much as we do when we are at home in our own, environment, we tend to have a good breakfast, okay? And then fast during the day, or just snack on fruits during the day. Coffee, water, obviously fruits, 3 or 4 times during the day. We had obviously a good substantial breakfast. Now we have saved a good amount of, calories for the day, and we can consume that for dinner. And it doesn't really matter what we have. We always make sure that we have a protein for dinner as the kind of like the main ingredient, the superstar of the meal, as we would say, for dinner. But it can be flexible. There can be a burger, it can be a restaurant meal, it can be a bra, it can be whatever, as long as now we are a little bit mindful, but we've now got that, that reassurance that we've saved some calories. So have a good breakfast, fast during the day, or, snack on fruits during the day, and then in the evening, have your good, nice refeed meal as such, which would be your Christmas dinner, or, obviously your New Year's, meal, and that can be any time of the day. I'm just using dinner as an example, but plan ahead, and as much as you can, even go further with your planning, and make sure that you're in control of the ingredients of the foods that you make, and just making homemade but more indulging foods, I'm saying, homemade burgers, homemade pizza, homemade desserts, things like that you can still be a part of what everyone's doing. Because remember, it's you still have your goals. So the next point I was going to make is, like, remember your goals. If you are an athlete or you're still trying to lose weight, you still have goals to reach, and those still should be important to you. Remember, you want to get through this festive season unscathed, and not pick up unwanted weight. So remember that you don't have to just go YOLO and be like uncontrollably eat and drink and carry on. You want to make sure that you still have your goals in mind, you're working towards those, and making time to spend time with your family and friends on those special occasions and days, and stuff like that. At the end of the day, your family just wants your presence. That is, obviously what, everyone wants. It's not necessarily what specifically you eat on your plate. You can, be creative and, be mindful of the food that you eat, as long as you're sitting at the table or at the pool or whatever with them, enjoying a meal, going to the restaurant or to the event with them, and obviously they are in your presence, and you're not depressed and feeling guilty about everything, sitting in the corner isolated with, obviously, you get what I'm trying to say. Like, that's really what your family wants during your journey. So you 100% can do that if you plan ahead, obviously with your meals. If you're going to be drinking something, obviously save some calories for it. Once again, just account for those calories, be smart about it, and have, obviously if you're going to have wine or something like that, once again, understand, calorie, consumption, and, every glass of wine's 80 to 100 calories. The better option, or not necessarily the better option, but another option, low cal, can be a shot of something, whether it's gin, whether it's brandy, whether it's vodka, whether it's whatever you enjoy, whiskey or whatever, and mix it with the sugar-free drink, you know what I'm saying? So a Coke Zero, a Sprite Zero, or a Monster Zero, whatever, or a a water or a sugar-free something that doesn't yield calories. So make sure that your mix with your spirit is very low in calories, and that way you can save a lot of the calories, because generally we're having a Coke with something, or Sprite with something, or we're having a cocktail that's hundreds and hundreds of calories. We can be smart about it and still be festive, still enjoy a drink or two, with friends if that's your vibe, and do it within, obviously, those parameters, and still achieve your goals. All right, so move, be mindful, obviously, of the food that you eat, plan ahead. It's very, very important. Balance is very, very important. I don't want you to think that you have to be this person that's like a robot during your festive season. Memories over macros, we always use that line. These are the important times of your life, especially if you've got big goals, next year, standing on stage, or you want to hit your best physique, or whatever the case may be. It's going to be sacrifice. It's going to be dedication. You're going to say no to a lot of things moving forward. You have time now to enjoy, not go overboard, not indulge too much without, obviously any kind of like regard of your goals. But now is the time of the year to obviously enjoy, a few days, a week here and there, because shows are so far away. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You still have the entire year, to reach those goals. As long as you don't throw it away, as long as you're not mindful, as long as you're not cold turkey just stopping your activity and your training and your planning ahead, you are going to be perfectly fine. Even if you're 2-3 kgs up, obviously in the new year, a lot of the time it's going to be a little bit of water weight. Obviously you're eating foods that you're not used to, maybe a little bit of alcohol, you're out of your routine. Just get back into the groove, be as active as you can, move as much during the day in any way, shape or form. But it's a bonus if you can get to the gym, 4 or 5 days a week, and still, follow that routine, your steps, your training, and then just indulge with the food in between on odd days. That is kind of like the gold, the first prize, if you can go about it. But that would kind of like be my advice, guys. Like, enjoy yourself. We are proud of you. We are excited for the new year with the new goals. Just be mindful, be kind to yourself. Don't live in guilt because you had a chocolate or you had a meal with your family and stuff like that. You are in control. And remember, no one got skinny from eating 3 or 4 salads over the course of the week. No one's going to get fat and pick up weight from having an off meal, 3 or 4 meals during the week. It's what you do with the other 80-90% of the week, the movement, all of those things that's going to obviously accumulate and result in whatever direction we are going to go to. All right, so goal to set is to either maintain your weight, or be a kg or 2 max from where your weight is now by the time we hit mid-January. Okay, worst case scenario. And then from there, we put our obviously hats on, new hat, new year, new goals, or same goals, and we just go hard for obviously achieving even greater things in the new year. All right, guys, if you have any questions, as always, just obviously drop me a message. Otherwise, have an amazing Christmas, an amazing New Year's, and love you guys all. God bless.